NWA Championship Wrestling. Joe Pedicino at ringside. I have been joined by one of the greats in the world of professional wrestling, Tully Blanchard. And we are watching Curtis Thompson take on Dan Davis. Tully, welcome to ringside. It is great to have you here. And I've got to tell you, it is great to have you back in the NWA.
Well, you know, Joe, thank you very much. But I tell you what, you know, it took Jim Crockett Promotions to put the professional wrestling back on the map in Dallas, Texas, here at the Sportatorium. And, you know, I tell you, you look at Tony Norris, what a monster Tony Norris is. Greg Valentine, his reputation goes without nothing, without even being talked about. But can you, Skandor Akbar, I've heard of him, known of him for years and years and years. He's been notorious, a conniver, a sneaker. And I tell you what, Skandor Akbar looks like a man without a home, a man without a country, I don't know.
Nobody would come down and help him. I was amazed when Valentine started slapping him around and beating on him. And then when Bart came down, I thought Bart came down to help him. Bart has been under the tutelage of Skandor Akbar for years. And then to see that he just joined in with Valentine working over Akbar, it really has got to make you wonder what Skandor Akbar is going to do.
Well, you know, just from kind of outside looking in, it looks like people are tired of having Akbar trying to control their lives and manipulate their lives and hold their careers back. And I'll tell you what, there's one thing that Jim Crockett Promotions doesn't want to do is hold anybody's career back. And these guys are wanting to make money for their families and wanting to become stars and superstars. And I tell you what, there's nothing like it when you can walk that aisle in Madison Square Gardens or the Omni in Atlanta or the Sportatorium in Dallas, Texas, and you are a superstar in professional wrestling. And these guys want to make names for themselves. I know Tony Norris wants to become a superstar. And I tell you what, there's nothing like it. When I was one of the original Four Horsemen with Flair and Anderson, we toured the country. We were everything that we wanted to be. And, you know, I've been gone for a while. My life is changed, but I'll tell you what, my intensity for living is probably more than it ever was before. And you're going to see when you see Chris Adams and myself in a little while, I tell you what, you're going to see a new, revived, restored, revitalized Tully Blanchard, and you're going to see a new, revitalized NWA, just like we've already seen. You don't know what's going to happen.
Not at all. And right now, Dan Davis with a clothesline on Curtis Thompson. We've got a good match going on in the ring as Thompson has had the upper hand, but Davis now has come back. And Davis, a fist, and the referee warning Davis now about that fist to Curtis Thompson.
You know, Joe Pedicino, Curtis Thompson, look at him. He looks like he's etched out of granite. You look at Tony Norris, it looks like he's etched out of granite. You don't know where all these big guys can come from. What a boot to that's reaction right there.
Yep.
1, 2, could be all of it.
Almost, as a matter of fact, Thompson had a look on his face like he thought he was going to get a 3 count there, but Davis was able to kick out, and now Thompson goes and bars the arm and has got Davis in an unfortunate situation. Twist that arm one more time, and he's going to do it again, Tony. It looks like he's going to see how many times that arm will twist.
You know, I tell you, what you said just a minute ago, he thought he had a finish. He thought he had a 1, 2, 3. But you know, I'd like to have a nickel for every person that ever covered Tully Blanchard and thought they had me beat and I kicked out. I wouldn't have to work the rest of my life ever again. But you know, I tell you, it's great to be on here. Look at this.
Beautiful cross body, and it gets the 3 count.
Joe Pedicino, it's great to be back in the NWA. It's great to be back with Jim Crockett Promotions. It's great to have you and Bonnie here with us. And I tell you what, it's a new era in professional wrestling. Tully Blanchard's part of it. Chris Adams going to be part of it. And I tell you what, it's going to be fun and exciting.
We'll be back. We've got more coming up. Right now, Bonnie has an interview. Tony Norris is standing by.